Hello, everyone. Our next pitch is from Lazaros Kapsias, CEO of Loctio PC. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about Loctio. What kind of problem we're trying to tackle? Uh, we're working with GNSS. GNSS, it's a brand name for GPS because there are also other constellations right now. So this GPS or GNSS is very power hungry. It consumes a lot of power, and this is very critical, especially when it comes to battery operated devices and to IoT devices. You may have witnessed yourself, if you have a fit tracker, that without GPS or GNSS, it would survive without recharging for maybe 2 weeks or more. But when you switch on the GPS, then the battery drains in 3 to 5 hours, something that can barely stand for a marathon. So, as you may have understood, we are targeting the IoT market where there are a lot of battery operated devices, especially in the domain of the asset trackings and the wearables. So we want to reduce the OpEx there because we have estimated that for having an engineer or a worker or anyone to go at the field and change or replace or recharge the battery of every device costs about $1 to $20 per device per year. This is the main problem we are trying to tackle. What is our technology and our innovation here? Instead of doing a lot of calculations within the device, we have migrated the most computational intensive kernels and the most sophisticated part outside the device. And by the word outside, we might mean the cloud, the edge, or something else at the network. This is the main concept. The market we're aiming at, it's the GNSS market, as we have understood. Of course, we mainly focus on where our technology mainly fits, where we have the product market fit, and this is the, as I said before, the asset tracking and the wearables, that it has been estimated that it will be reaching 20 billion euros by 2029. So it's a quite huge market. The momentum, we think it's the best we could have, because a lot of key drivers are in the game. The technology is here, and also we're now in the area where in the time where we will finally be witnessing the IoT explosion. Billions of devices out there will be in many places, and most of them will be battery operated. So what we're claiming that we can reduce the power consumption about 30 times almost, and this would translate to 5 to 15 times battery life prolongation. We are not only claiming this, we have a playground there, we can prove this to anyone that is interested. We have already customers who are working with them. And we soon we will announce a playground, a service, an online service, where everyone could test our innovation and our location as a service. Because what we are offering here, it's a location as a service. So we have inserted a lot of machine learning functions, and I'm not using here the machine learning just as a buzzword to raise money. It is something that it works for real. And by this way, we have, as I said to you before, migrated all the sophisticated part of the cloud side, and we're offering this location as a service to IoT solution providers. And let's go to how we make money. Let's forget the right side of the slide for now, because it's in the conceptual, in the concept phase, and concentrate at the left side, where we're licensing our hardware and software IP to the IoT chip makers in order to enable their chips, their GNSS or their narrowband IoT chips, to enable them with our technology. But this is an auxiliary revenue stream. Our main revenues are coming from the IoT solution providers, those that they are utilizing our location as a service. The team, we're a blend of industry expertise. Me personally, this is my second endeavor, my second startup. The first one was acquired back in 2014 by uBlocks, a Swiss company. And we have integrated in the team also an academia lab because the baseline IP has been licensed from a UAB, one out of the four public universities of Barcelona. And those two guys, Gonzalo and Jose, they have been working on this area the last 15 years. So we integrated this team, and since then we have created our own IP, and we have extended, enriched, and commercialized this IP. We have proof of concepts, and with those proof of concept, and we have also run head-to-head comparison with conventional equivalent receivers in order to prove that, at least for the scenarios we are looking at, we have the gains we are claiming. And now we are working with chip makers. We have already a design win with the chip maker and two IoT solution providers in order to have an MVP somewhere within 2021. Currently, we have a runway for at least 18 months from now, but we are working on our new business plan that will lead us to a Series A funding about 1 year from now. The next step when it comes to technology and also to market is to incorporate also 5G positioning, because for those that they are not aware of this, 5G is not high bandwidth only and low latency, but it has also positioning capabilities. So we want to incorporate these positioning capabilities in conjunction with GNSS to our location as a service, because especially for indoor, 5G positioning will be a remedy because their GNSS does not operate, as you may know, as expected. So we are free to, you can reach out us for any reason, even just for expanding our network. We are open to companies interested in what we are doing in order to showcase them that what we are saying, it is really something valid and valuable. Of course, we are open to cooperations with companies or people that they like our idea or they have something other to add there, or another module or another idea to offer. And of course, with investors in the context of our forthcoming Series A round. That's all from me.
Thank you, Lazaros, for that very interesting presentation. So we're open for Q&A now. If you have any questions, feel free to type in your questions on the Q&A tab. You can find it in the right side of the screen below session and then Q&A. Now, while we're waiting for questions, you can reach him directly on the email address that is posted on the screen right now. You can also invite him to the social lounge using this platform. You can also directly message him using a private message if you have any questions or if you would like to network with him directly. All right, so I guess everything has been answered and there's no question as of right now. Again, the contact detail is currently posted on the screen. If you have any questions or if you would like to reach him directly, feel free to email him or follow him in LinkedIn. But if you're still here in the lounge, you can just invite him or send him a private message. Thank you so much for your presentation today, Lazaros.
Thank you very much for your time and the opportunity you gave me.